Hey Cat Gangers, Deva here with another exciting video. Capcom finally announced the new title update, which is Master on Kulve Taroth and Arc Timber Namniel. Kulve is going to be released as predicted on the 23rd of April, and we are also getting our second round of layered weapons there. So we will be able to turn those ugly bone weapons into a Volcana or Brachydios weapon and vice versa. The only reason why I didn't make a counter build for KT and only for Namniel is because I didn't know if Kulve Taroth comes with Mantle or not, since we released here on the Siege and I thought it would continue. But now we saw that on the trailer she has two phases again. So this video contains counter builds for her Mantle and one for her naked state. The hits on values will change of course since it's a Master Rank version, but her weakness won't, so we can safely assume she has about the same weakness. I made the rapid fire Thunder Lbg, which absolutely shreds her Mantle, but also a Thunder Charge Blade which gets juicy 400 damage per file on her Mantle due to the high hits on values, and an Ice Charge Blade because it's simply the best matchup for Area 4 and doesn't require to get her knocked down or anything, but simply just Anga Bunga. I may cover also other weapons once she's out, like Switch X, which has also easy access to the horns where you get the most damage, but it's a Slay quest, so there is no way she takes only damage on her horns, so yeah, file SID spam is over ZSD. Since Kulve Taroth is not available at the moment, I had no way to get background footage, but these builds have been tested way before when she was out, so I asked my friend Tii if he can borrow some from his channel. Be sure to check him out, he's one of the sickest Charge Blade players and has some really amazing runs. You can find his channel link in the description. There is only one thing that is not clear yet, which is if we will need Part Breaker or not. So the Thunder builds, I made a version with Part Breaker which can be removed afterwards and replaced by any other decoration. But before we get into the builds, I want to quickly remind you again to subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, because it really helps and we are on a mission to get the subscriber rate down. So since the previous video we were able to get it down by 0.5%, which is actually incredible in real sub numbers, and I'm very thankful and happy about that. So here is the first Mantle build, which is a Boltshot. I think I don't need to explain much on this one, it's just R2 spamming and ammo recrafting, your usual pew 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 build. Adept Stormslinger is not stronger than this Bowgun simply because rapid fire armor pierces through the whole body and gets over 100 damage per tick. Also, some guy named Frak on my server was so kind to do the actual math and confirmed it. Upgrades will be 4 times attack and 1 elemental capacity 3 for 3 extra bullets. Bowgun modes will be 3 times recoil suppressor for a faster shooting rate and 1 power barrel, which does give you more piercing ticks by slowing down the bullet traveling speed. Augment this for 2 times element and 1 affinity or 3 times element, that's really up to you, it doesn't make almost any difference. Weakness exploit would work on her Mantle when she's molten, assuming they didn't change the molten Mantle hits on values, but I still wouldn't use it because you get only 30% portion of it since you can't be running around tenderizing a Mantle, which is probably not even possible. And for the charge bullet mains, we have the Safi Boltshot, since we mostly care about having the highest thunder element possible to get the juicy file damage. Upgrade this for 5 times element, and augments will be of course full element unless you want some health regeneration in. Now in addition, this build will have 1 coalescence since it gives you 30 element when activated and is a nice file damage boost, but as well 12 throw, which is about 3% melee damage or equal to 4 attack boost. So all you gotta do to activate this is just jumping in here lava puddle intentionally or get hit by a fire breath. Blight resistance level 2 makes every blight last for only 10 seconds, so you can get rid from it even without rolling. Don't worry if you don't have a second expert plus jewel or other rare jewels, most important is to just bring the thunder attack as high as possible, which will be your main damage source. So just slot in more coalescence. Safi armor will give us another 40% extra affinity and 150 thunder element, and that's why it's the best for light bowguns and elemental SAD charge blades. Once her Mantle sheds off, her hits on values do change and she becomes immune to thunder, but her body very weak to ice. So for your next state build, we will be using the strongest ice charge blade in the game, which is the Biotodos. This build will absolutely annihilate Kulve and send her back to Highrank. Since this is a Slay quest, I assume she takes damage anywhere, which is insane advantage for charged blue players due to her whole body having high ice weakness. Basically something like Diablo's. So on this build you will augment for max element and 1 health regeneration, since we can't put more elemental augments. Augment modes will be 5 times element, 6th mode 1 attack, and the last mode I prefer Xeno'jiiva having a 10 hits extra white sharpness, since melee attacks are relevant on make state and are just as much damage as Files, or want to go for Savage Chucks for example when her horns are down. I went with Weakness Exploit to have that 90% crit chance or even 100 with some tweaks. Also, the Razor Sharp Charm will double your hits of white, so the 70 hits of white will become 140, which is an insane replacement for not having Master's Touch. Here again, Coalescence, because she does easily give you Fire Blight, and we want the 12 row increase and 30 element. Health Boost level 3 and Guard 3 are also included to have a much more comfortable fight and minimize knockback for counter SIDs, but you can replace the 2 Iron Wall with a double Expert for that 100% affinity I mentioned before, since 1 guard is already enough if you can guard point and really don't try to guard that Ultra Lava Breath thingies. So it doesn't matter how much this changed here, this will still be your best bet for your naked state. If you wanna go for ranged on the last area, you can just use a classic Aquashot sticky build or an heavy Bowgun sticky build to be also able to guard and support your teammates. Or just use the Safi Lbg instead by copying the first build 101 minus the Thunder Attack and Power Breaker of course. Hope you all enjoyed this video, and if so be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you want to see next from me. As soon as Kulve Taroth launches, I'll be the first one to show you all the new weapons upgraded with their stats and the build improvements once we can data mine some more info such as her new hit zone values. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and join my Discord server to stay tuned. With that said, I wish you all a nice day and happy hunting guys.